Everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Rodney Reviews. I'm your host, Rodney. This is Rodney Reviews. I'm doing it for 3 years. I'm still terrible at intros. Who would have dunked? You think I got good by now? But yes, I'm all flatted. But yeah, today's episode I'm reviewing that new as you can see, reviewing that new Godzilla, that Godzilla minus one, directed by what was his name? What was his name? I should have wrote this down. Good lord, Takeshi Yamazaki, who is according to Google is a leading director, filmmaker in Japan. I can tell by this movie, the boy know his shit. The boy know his crap. I'm gonna check out the rest of his movies. But Godzilla minus one, man, this is a return to form for Godzilla. This is so based on basic premise, fire pilot. This is a fire pilot. This is take. I can't talk. Sorry. This is taking back. This is like a sort of retelling remake of the first Godzilla, of the 1950 Godzilla, doing Japan is coming off the war. The war ain't go well for them, but they're coming off of it. They're trying to rebuild, and everything's going great. And next thing you know, a giant atomic fire breathing lizard walks out the water and just fucks up everything. And this movie is. I haven't seen the original 1950s Godzilla. I gotta change that. But man, this movie is low key a horror movie. This movie is really scary. Seeing Godzilla just rampage through the city. The scene he just rampaged through the city. Oh my god, this boy he putting up. He was taking delight in it, man. That boy was just he putting up Wilt Chamberlain numbers in that city. That boy came through and just smashed everything. Like, hey, this is my territory. I'm fucking everything up. And this Godzilla, he seemed more like aggressive. Like, I know Godzilla, like in some movies, Godzilla, he's a force of nature. He's a giant lizard. He's a giant dragon. You know, he's walked from one end of Japan to the other and just gets back in the water and do his thing. But in this one, it seems like he's taking absolute glee in just destroying Japan. Like, this design, dude, Godzilla, first of all, is amazing. It's beautiful. This big, beefy, chunky boy Godzilla is in this movie. This man, he kind of low key looks like the legendary Godzilla a little bit. So who knows? This could be a pseudo prequel to the legendary movies. I'm just waffling. I'm just talking. But yeah, this Godzilla seems like he's taking so much glee in just destroying Japan, and like, man, I love it. I love me some evil Godzilla. Like, it's like the Godzilla from GMK, if y'all seen that, where he's the reincarnated soul of all the people Japan has killed in the war. That's a good Godzilla movie. It's underrated Godzilla movie, in my opinion. It's very underrated. But back to minus one. Minus one is such a the premise of this movie. The one thing I'm just talking. The one thing I really like about this movie is the human elements in this. That's really well. Like, that's the one thing about the legendary movies I wish could be better. It's the human stuff where they're just kind of there. I feel like even with King of Monsters and Godzilla versus Kong, they're just like there in the background. I don't really care. Like, we don't really care for what they're doing. You got Millie Bobby Brown running around crying about Godzilla. Oh, it's Godzilla! Don't destroy him! Don't beat him! Like, man, and you're like, I understand you like Godzilla, but this is a giant dragon. He's fucking everything up. We can't keep this man around. We have to do something about it. And she just crying about the movies. But minus one, I think it gets the human stuff perfect. It makes you care about these characters, like the main character Koichi. It's kind of like a redemption movie for him, where at the beginning of the movie, when he first encounters Godzilla, he's scared to like fire at him, and he gets like the rest of his like men on in the beginning of the movie on the island killed, and he's like a reluctant hero, and you see him rise to the challenge to the very end when he has to face Godzilla, and all the Navy come together to create a plan to defeat him, and you see him finally do his kamikaze pilot actions right into the ending when he like just dives right into his mouth. Spoilers, by the way. Spoilers, by the way. I should have said that earlier, but spoilers, by the way. When he dives right into Godzilla's mouth and he blows up, it's amazing. That scene's amazing. But yeah, it's kind of the human stuff in this is really good. All the characters are really well. It's very heartfelt. You can feel the love. You can feel the love that is put into this movie. And Takeshi Yamazaki, he's really, this is my first time seeing the movie from him, but he's it's really good dialogue. And the second the one it's really good dialogue, really good. Like I said, making you care about the characters. Funny enough, the guy I found out, the guy who plays Koichi in Minus One, apparently also plays Koichi in the live action Diamond is Unbreakable, and that's hilarious to me. I don't know if they intentionally tried to do that. It could have been it could have just been a coincidence, but it's really funny that this guy plays two characters named Koichi. I think that's funny. But to see this character rise up from being kind of frightened to accepting the challenge of being he was a kamikaze pilot in the war, and he was scared to go in the war, which I understand. It's war. You don't want to just dive your plane a fucking into a fucking ship during a war. You don't want to do that. That's anybody. I would chicken out. Anybody would chicken out. And they kind of make fun of him out through this movie. Like when he comes back home from the war, one woman's like, "Weren't you a kamikaze pilot?" He's like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Why are you still alive? You dishonor your family by not fulfilling your duty." Or like, if you fulfilled your duty, we might have won the war. I'm like, damn, bro, get off his back, man. He just one man. That's not gonna stop. That's not gonna stop America from dropping the nukes. He's just one man. But yeah, Godzilla. But back to Godzilla. Back to Godzilla. Man, Godzilla. Oh, he's amazing. He's so terrifying. And one thing this movie does really well is like you can see the scale. It makes you feel. I can't think of the word. I can't think of the word. It makes you feel like you're, I don't know, actually there. You can see you see how big, how giant it does a good job of showing you how minuscule everything is compared to him when he's in the city or in the water. Like when he's coming up to these big Navy ships, you see him just get on top of the ship. Like, damn, he's bigger than these big ass battleships. He just destroying them with ease. Like it's nothing. This is child's play to him. This is another day, and this is a walk in the park from him. These people are doing it. They're throwing anything at him. He just like, whatever. This is nothing. This is nothing. Another thing about the special effects in this movie are amazing. The way Godzilla looks, the movie only cost $15 million in Japan. So I think they had budget 15 million. Probably get probably 20 million with the marketing and shit. But this movie, it looks amazing. And it comes into question, you Hollywood niggas, Marvel especially, Disney especially. Why are these movies costing 200, $300 million? It's a money. It seems like money laundering at this point. Y'all seen the movie Producers, where a dude was like, "Hey, we make a flop, we don't have to pay back nobody." I feel like what these companies, these studios are trying to do. They're making these big ass, big budget movies with no plans of like trying to get their money back. And I don't know what's going on. It's like video games where all these Western Dells are making these games 400, 300 gigabytes. You got a PS5, you can only download 4 games because all the data is gone. Because why is 2K 200 gigabytes? Why is Call of Duty 200, 300 gigabytes? That's rare for none of that. But like, damn, I was playing, my brother download 2K24 NBA. I think it said 200 something gigabytes. Like, damn, how much you got to delete off your system just to play a basketball game? Compression. And even compared to Hollywood movies, the movie The Creator, I saw some of it. The effects are amazing. That movie only cost about 80 million. So I don't know what's follow the money because somebody lying. These movies don't need to be costing this much. Look this good. With the technology we got, we can make shit look good without costing this much. So I don't know what's going on. I'm not in Hollywood. I'm not part of the circles, but somebody fucking up. I'm just saying. I'm just waffling. But back to Godzilla. This movie's perfect. The scene where he comes into he walks into the city and then the music kicks in. Oh my god. That was peak cinema. The music cues. They're playing. They played the Godzilla theme like 4 times in this, and every time I'm like, oh yeah, this is amazing. They even played one of the songs from King Kong versus Godzilla from the '60s. When that playing, like, oh shit, they're playing this too. Oh, it was amazing. The final scene when they're fighting him in the middle of the ocean and they're trying to feed him. This movie's about this movie outside of Godzilla fucking the city up. This movie's about humans coming together, and together we can overcome any challenge. So this movie is amazing. I heard it's a limited run. It's gonna be out of the year soon, unfortunately. So go see it before it's too late. But I get this movie. It's a 6-star classic. Shout out to Dave Meltzer. 6-star classic. 11 out of 10. It's better than 6. Shout out Double Toasted. Shout out Corey Coleman. Shout out Martin Thomas. Better than 6. This is a great movie. So go see it if it's still in theaters while you can. It's amazing. You won't regret it. And with that segue, I'm going to segue into my top 5 Godzilla films with no elaboration. So number 5, we got Godzilla versus Ghidorah, of course. Number 4, Godzilla versus Biollante, great movie. Number 3, fucking Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, amazing movie. Kiryu is the best Mechagodzilla. Number 2, Godzilla vs. Destroyer. That movie made me cry. Watch Godzilla vs. Destroyer, you haven't. And number 1, Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla is an amazing movie. No, I will not elaborate why these are my top 5 favorite ones. They just are. But yes, go watch some more Godzilla movies. Because I've been seeing people on the internet who only seen -1 in the legendary movies saying, oh, the legendary movies are like Marvel movies, while -1 feel like a real blah blah blah. Listen, go watch another Godzilla movie. If you think legendary movies are like stupid comic book movies, go watch Final Wars and then tell me what you think. I know some people hate Final Wars, but I kind of like Final Wars. It's such a stupid movie. I love it. Like go watch some of these other Godzilla movies, man. Go watch Destroy All Monsters, where it just an hour and a half of Godzilla fighting every monster in the series, or Godzilla versus Megalodon, where Jet Jaguar pops up, him and Godzilla do a handshake. Speaking of which, I hope they put Jet Jaguar in another movie. He's awesome. But yeah, man, all these people who trying to just I don't know. They ain't seen no Godzilla movies for real. They ain't seen the Heisei movies. They ain't seen the Millennium Era movies. They ain't seen the Showa movies. They ain't seen none of these movies. So go watch these movies, man, and go watch -1 while you can. That's all I got. That's the end of the review. This is all over the place, like every review I ever do. Dog barking outside. But yes, thank you all for watching, listening, whatever platform this is, and yeah. Until next time. Peace out. Go Godzilla. Oh no, there goes Tokyo. Go Godzilla. I don't know how to end this. Peace.